Hello, um, I'm Charles. You can call me Doc. Um, Today we're looking at hands, guitar technique using your fingers for finger picking, and then we're going to look into chromatic descent, which is a common melodic, harmonic sequence which can't be copyrighted, but it's fundamental to a lot of music. And finally, I'm going to take you through Doc's guitar, which is a guitar piece written by Doc Watson. That's Arthel Watson, who took the nickname Doc to be like Sherlock Holmes' companion. And I have a doctorate myself, and my surname's Watson. And I tried to use Doc Watson as my handle in Second Life, and they wouldn't let me use it. It had already been taken, or it was already a very famous name. And they gave me Warziders instead, which is quite a strange, rare name. But it gives me a way to differentiate myself from Doc. But I've always been an admirer of his, and I love to demonstrate some of his guitar picking style, and that's the outline. So I'll just start with fingers. You need to take care of your fingers. Classical guitarists use the nails. I've cut mine shorter. I actually use the top fleshy part of my finger, but I use the nail to support it. So I play strings like that. On the left hand, you can see calluses on the tips of the fingers. That's where you slide up and down on the guitar like that, and it's quite painful when your fingers are soft, but when you play regularly you develop those little calluses which help you move around. One of the occupational hazards of playing the guitar is repetitive strain injury. If you're say picking like this and going like this for an hour a day, or your arms gets very strong, but you can get repetitive strain injury from repeating the exercise. So you should always take a break every once in a while, let the blood flow. Carpal tunnel syndrome is also a problem, cutting off the circulation and the nerve, compressing the nerve to your thumb and index finger, and in severe cases it can lead to atrophy of the thumb muscle and end up with a hand that doesn't work, particularly with that opposing thumb thing, which is really important. AI programs can't do that. They haven't figured out how to do an opposable thumb with a robot that can pick up a petal, but also have the strength to pick up a heavy object. And that's all built into the muscles and the lower brain. And if you're doing something like some fancy picking, that gets programmed into your lower part of your brain. So you can be singing a song and your fingers are just on autopilot. They're just twiddling along like this, and you're not even conscious. Like they know where to go because you've done it so many times before, and all that's sort of programmed into your lower brain. So we have an amazing machine for making music here, not just the guitar, not just the instrument, but the body, the hands, and the brain, how it all functions. So look after yourself. Don't cut your fingers. Even a paper cut can be enough to stop you from playing. Use gloves if you're gardening or lifting heavy objects. Okay, now we're going to start on the issue of what is it? Scene slides. Okay, we're going to look here at Randy California wrote a song called Taurus way back in the 1960s, and he was peeved that Led Zeppelin copied his sequence, harmonic progression, and he sued them for copyright. Well, after he was dead, his copyright owners sued, and the courts finally decided that you can't copyright a common sequence, and this is Stairway to Heaven, which goes. I'll just grab my guitar here and show you on the guitar. Now that descending sequence, you can see it here. You've got A down to G sharp, down to G natural, down to F sharp, down to F natural. It's dropping by a semitone, which is a single fret played on the guitar, and it gives it that real nice flow, and that's the chromatic descent on A minor. We can also see it chromatic descent on A minor with My Funny.Valentine, which is like 100 years old. Blue Skies, same thing. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. See here the E, D sharp, D natural, C sharp, etc. And here's a song I wrote, which steals what everyone else has been doing for the last 100 years. Where are we? Okay, so that's a really easy piece to play. You can put a capo on and wind it up to any other key that you like. But it just starts off with E and 3 open strings, and then D sharp, 3 open strings, then D, 3 open strings. Then you drop down to the 5th string, 4th fret for C sharp, and then down to C major 7th, and then C minor, and that's it. And I play that as a little warm-up exercise. He's standing in a darkened lane, the blackened walls and sinking pain, etc. So here's a really beautiful song which I love, and I'm going to play it. This is copyrighted, and you've probably all heard it. This transcription is by Hal Leonard, and what have we got? Hal Leonard. I'm looking for something here. Oh yeah, my phone. Okay, I'm going to stop there. This is just a trial run, and I'm going to skip that. And I'm going to look at Deep River Blues, which is a Doc Watson tune. Very impressed when I first heard him. I just couldn't figure out how it happened. But I asked other guitarists, what are you doing there and how does he do that? And they're always happy to share, almost always happy to share. So etc. And I should really tune this. It's a bit out of tune. I love these electronic tuners. Even with the dogs barking downstairs, you can just... Okay, that's a bit better. So just show that on the broadcast and turn this guitar mic on. That probably made a big noise. Sorry about that. So Doc plays it with finger and thumb, basically. Better to use 3 fingers if you can, classical style, so you've got 3 top strings covered by 3 fingers, and you pick them as you need them, so you're not doing double the work. But the thumb's still working away until you get carpal tunnel syndrome, and then your thumb doesn't work anymore. So just watch that. If you get any symptoms, seek medical advice. Not a doctor like me, I mean a medical doctor. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, all the fish go out on the spree when I got them deep river blues. Another song, Doc's guitar, beautiful tune. It says to play it very fast. So I'll just give you a glimpse of what it looks like. And basically, bass run. It's really hard playing it slowly when you played it fast so many times. So if you're learning, just do it really slowly to start with. Bass run, E, F sharp. Actually, it's using a capo on 3rd fret, and so it might be easier just to copy Doc and put the capo there. And although it says E flat, it's actually the C shape, and B flat 7th is actually the G shape. So I'll call it out in the transposed key, which is the shapes that we're familiar with. So we start off G, A, B, C, A minor, F, it does that 3 times, and then we go into this C, F, G, and then there's the C, and this is the important bit, is the a pull off opposite to a hammer on. You go, so you go G, and then you pull off. So you only flick it once on the G, you pull it off, and it ends up an E. And that comes in several times in the main part. So you play. Like that. I'll play it through once, but you kind of got to get your head in it. What I'm trying to do is explain how the different notes work. But it's a really good case of Travis alternate thumb finger picking, and it uses all the standard chords and changes around enough to make it interesting. And it's guitarists who play it know it well, and they can jam together all kinds of variations with hammer-ons and pull-offs and bass runs, and as long as you stick to the chords, you can get a real pretty tune out of it. And Doc plays it like twice as fast, or 3 times as fast as that. But it's a nice tune. Just play it at whatever speed you like. But play regularly, and just be careful not to get that carpal tunnel. And just a note to all the budding musicians trying to get their songs heard. This was 50 years ago. I sent my demo tape out like you're supposed to. RCA said, no, sorry. Well, they all said sorry. I just kept these as an example. Warner Brothers, sorry, too busy to look at your tape. We just got too many unsuitable candidates. Like they're looking to make a profit, so they hire artists who are going to do the right thing. And but what's really good about today, 50 years later, is publishing has been democratized, so anyone can publish on YouTube or any of the other platforms. And if you're good enough, you get lots of views, and it's like you get caught up in the industry if you get really, really popular. If the popularity is what you're after. Okay, so that's all for now, and I'm going to do another workshop same time next week, and I'm going to focus on open tuning. I'm going to do a few tunes in open D, and I'll explain how that works. And if you've got any questions or any suggestions about things you'd like to learn or know about, then please come and drop a line, join my community postings, and we'll see you next week. And my favourite brother has got a birthday today, so I'm just going to sing this for him. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Bob, happy birthday to you.